In 2000, Blockbuster could have bought Netflix for $50 million. They said no. Netflix is now worth $300 billion. But here's the part nobody tells you. Blockbuster actually built a Netflix killer. It was winning, and then their own board shut it down. Part 1. The Empire. Picture a Friday night in 1995. No streaming, no apps. If you wanted a movie, there was only one place to go. Blockbuster. At its peak, 9,000 stores, 60,000 employees, $6 billion in revenue every year. It wasn't just a store. It was a ritual. Friday night meant those bright blue and yellow aisles, 20 minutes debating what to rent, walking out with popcorn and a VHS tape. Wayne Huizenga bought a single Dallas store in 1987 and scaled it like a machine. A new Blockbuster opened somewhere in America every 17 hours, and the real engine behind all of it? Late fees. $800 million a year. Customers hated them. Customers paid them anyway, because there was no alternative. By the late 1990s, Blockbuster was untouchable. Embedded in every suburb, every small town, every mall in the country, nobody saw what was coming. Then two guys flew to Dallas with a pitch deck and a problem. Part 2. It's the year 2000. Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph have built Netflix. DVDs by mail, no late fees, subscription model. But they're losing money and they need a partner. So Hastings flies to Dallas and walks into Blockbuster headquarters with one ask. Buy us for $50 million and we'll run your online business. The Blockbuster executives reportedly laughed them out of the room. And here's what most people get wrong about that moment. They make Blockbuster sound stupid, but think about where Blockbuster was sitting. Netflix was losing money. The dot-com bubble had just exploded. Internet companies were collapsing every week. And Blockbuster is generating $800 million a year in late fees with packed stores every single weekend. Why would they pay $50 million for a money-losing mail-order company? The decision made complete sense. That's exactly what makes it so devastating. Because what they missed wasn't Netflix. What they missed was the idea underneath it, that customers hated the late fees, hated the trip to the store, and would leave the moment something better came along. Hastings flew home without a deal, and Netflix got back to work. Part 3. The trap nobody saw. Here's the part nobody tells correctly. Blockbuster didn't lose because they were too slow. They actually saw the threat. They built the response, and then their own shareholders destroyed it. By 2004, a new CEO named John Antioco took over. He looked at Netflix, now profitable, now growing fast, and made a decision. We have to fight this now. So he launched Blockbuster Online. DVDs by mail. No late fees. And he eliminated late fees in stores, too. That $800 million revenue line gone. Because he understood you cannot win a loyalty war while charging customers for returning a movie 2 days late. And it was working. At its peak, Blockbuster Online was signing up more new subscribers per month than Netflix. So why did it fail? Two things happened at the same time. First, debt. Back in 1994, Viacom had acquired Blockbuster and loaded it with nearly $1 billion in debt. Every dollar Antioco spent fighting Netflix was a dollar the company desperately needed to service that debt. Second, Carl Icahn. One of Wall Street's most feared activist investors had taken a major stake in Blockbuster. He was furious at the spending. He wanted the late fees back. He wanted short-term profit. And eventually he forced Antioco out. The new CEO who replaced him, Jim Keyes, said publicly in 2007 that he didn't see Netflix as a threat. That year, Netflix had over 7 million subscribers. Blockbuster didn't lose to Netflix. Blockbuster lost to its own shareholders. Part 4. The Collapse. 5:37 hours. By 2007, everything was closing in at once. Apple launched the iPhone. Streaming was becoming real. And Blockbuster, drowning in debt, leaderless with no strategy, had nothing left to fight with. The 2008 financial crisis finished the job. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy with $1 billion in debt. The stores began closing, not slowly, all at once. 9,000 stores. Gone in under 3 years. Dish Network bought the remains in 2011 for $320 million. At that same moment, Netflix was worth over $13 billion, 260 times what Blockbuster had been offered it for just 11 years earlier. Today, there is one Blockbuster left on Earth, Bend, Oregon. It's a tourist attraction now. People drive hours to visit it. They sell T-shirts. One store. That's what's left of a $6 billion empire. Part 5. The lessons. So what do we actually learn from this? Because the easy version, Blockbuster was stupid, Netflix was smart, misses everything that actually matters. Lesson 1. Rational decisions can still be fatal. Turning down Netflix in 2000 was logical. It made complete sense from where Blockbuster was sitting. This is the innovator's dilemma. The things that will eventually beat you always look small and unimpressive at first. Being smart and being right are not the same thing. Lesson 2. Debt is a weapon that can be turned against you. Netflix didn't kill Blockbuster. $1 billion in debt did. Antioco had the right strategy. It was working, but you cannot fight for the future when you're drowning in the obligations of the past. Always look at the balance sheet before you admire the strategy. Lesson 3. The person who sees the threat clearly often gets fired. Antioco was right. His plan was working. The board removed him because the right answer was expensive and made short-term numbers look bad. This pattern repeats in almost every collapse we'll cover on this channel. Lesson 4. By the time the room agrees, it's already too late. Jim Keyes publicly dismissed Netflix in 2007. By the time Blockbuster reached internal consensus on the threat, they had no money, no time, and no way out. Markets move faster than committees. People say Blockbuster should have just bought Netflix for $50 million. Maybe. But even if they had, with $1 billion in debt, a hostile board, and shareholders demanding short-term returns, would they have let it become what it became? The collapse wasn't caused by one bad decision. It was built in long before anyone ever heard of streaming. If you want to understand the real mechanics behind why companies rise and fall, subscribe. Every video on this channel goes one layer deeper than the version you've already heard. The next one is already coming.